I was born in Easton, North Carolina, to parents who were really religious Southern Baptists, lived around the corner from my grandparents who were also very religious Southern Baptists. There were Southern Baptist preachers in my family. One of my uncles actually moved up north from South Carolina and became eventually the editor of the Christian Century newspaper. He wrote several books. He was a friend of Martin Luther King Jr.'s. He and his wife marched in the freedom parades. He wrote a book on racial prejudice in religion, and a cross was burned on his mother's lawn in South Carolina. My mother was his sister. So I came from a line of free-thinking, non-traditional Southern Baptists. My mother always taught me that everyone should be treated equally, that just because you have money doesn't make you a good person. It's your character that determines the kind of person you are. So I grew up with that, and I was reared by a father who was in the FBI and then became a covert operator for the federal government, so we moved a lot. Therefore, I didn't really form any long-term childhood friendships. I was in 3 different states in high school: Alabama in my junior year, in North Carolina in my sophomore year, Alabama in my junior year, and Virginia in my senior year. And in my senior year, I thought I was a beatnik. So I used to go and visit my friend in New Jersey, and we would sneak out after her mother and father went to sleep and drive into Greenwich Village and go to the bitter end to listen to the Beat Poets. And that was a lot of fun, but it was a little bit wild, so it gives you a little insight into why my family never paid much attention to what I did. I was always a little unique. My grandson would call me accidentally gifted, because I made straight A's in school, so I didn't have a lot of supervision. As long as I maintained my grades, I could basically do just about anything. In college, I moved from Washington, D.C. to Buffalo, New York, where I met and married my first husband, who was an Italian Catholic Yankee. That's the first time my mother ever said anything about what I was doing. "You married a Yankee! I can't believe you did that. Your grandmother's going to be very upset." But he unfortunately died when he was 26 years old, and I was left with 2 small children. So I got a job, and that's where I met my first female relationship. She was married and heterosexual, supposedly, and we used to go on trips together and have a lot of fun. And one night, she made a suggestion, and I went along with it, and that opened up a whole new world for me. My friend and I continued to have a relationship, and I continued to be married, and then met my current partner of 34 years. And it's the first time in my life I've been monogamous. She's just the perfect person for me. When my dad moved back to North Carolina and kept saying to us, "Come on down, I'll build you a house down here," I knew we needed to move back to North Carolina. So that's the first time that I encountered homophobia in a big way, because I worked in a rural health clinic. I saw how people were treated when they came in, and they appeared to be different to the personnel that was in there. The whispering would start, and that's when I started being active. Vocally active, going to an MCC church, started speaking out on social justice. I never faced adversity myself, but I will tell you that I saw it, and it was something that was very upsetting to me. And when my friend Frank Harr died, his partner of 32 years and a few other people, we got together and started the Frank Harr Foundation to help educate people that we are basically all the same. Sexual identity has nothing to do with the person. It's your biological, God-given nature, and you shouldn't really fight it. You should be the person you are. You should be vocal, peacefully vocal, because social change is not a spectator sport.
Share your story at sageusa.org/SageStory.